Good Monday morning to you, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook is valid the rest of today, Monday, the 11th of July, through Sunday, the 17th of July. Utility risk this week primarily on Thursday with the approach of a cold front that will trigger thunderstorms, some of which could be possibly strong. Heat indices will build Wednesday into Thursday this week, with a few lower 90s expected Wednesday, but higher dew point temperatures work in for Thursday night, making it a real sultry night. Great project weather today, Monday through Wednesday, again on Friday and again on Sunday. Overall inactive weather this week. Some good dry project weather opportunities for sure. We're looking at that area of higher pressure with a ridge of higher pressure off to the west of us. And what that's doing is allowing for some sinking motion in the atmosphere and creating lots of sunshine and three very nice days. We're going to look at precipitable water first. This is the European model, and you can see the drier blues and browns, and that indicates very dry conditions, and that continues over much of the northeast United States. This will be valid 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. This is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see a little bit of moisture starting to increase here, but still not in some of our local mountains, and it'll take a little while for that to really move on in. But you can see this is precipitable water, and it's a good measurement of when the higher dew point temperatures also advect into the region. You can see these reds here. These are 2.0 and higher. That's fairly significant. And you can see most of that moves through, it looks like, Thursday night into the day on Friday. But thunderstorms seem to be triggered more during the afternoon hours on Thursday. Then we get into slightly drier conditions on Friday for some good project weather. And then on Saturday, another surge of moisture comes in from the southwest. You can kind of see where that is there, that 8 p.m. Saturday evening. And then on Sunday, it looks like another area of higher pressure with drier weather begins to work on in, following a trough of lower pressure. And that should make for some pretty nice conditions. So the 6-hourly panels, you can see this is precipitation every 6 hours, and not a whole lot of worries here until we get into that's Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. And then that falls apart, but then the frontal system and those greens there and just barely nick us here. So not looking at a lot of precipitation. That is valid Thursday night, sort of a second round that moves on through. And then on Friday, it looks like most of the action stays either north to the south of us. And then good project weather until Saturday, and then another surge of moisture works on in with showers and thunderstorms. And then beyond that on Sunday, it looks like high pressure builds in. So overall, not too bad a work week and weekend. 7-day total precipitation accumulation from the Weather Prediction Center gives us about a ½ inch to about an inch. And looking at the GFS ensemble. So this is centered on Burlington. You can see here, I would ignore this green here. This is a dry period. Well, scanty showers and generally not a whole lot in the way of precipitation ahead. Looking at the temperature plot, you can see a nice rise in temperature here with the warmest temperatures above 85 degrees. And then a little bit of a cool off, and then just kind of levels out, and we're looking at more or less moderate conditions. No real big swings in temperature after this little heat up for the middle part of this week. At 850 millibars, roughly the top of Mount Mansfield, you can see temperatures make a nice rise and suggesting some pretty warm weather here, 14th, 15th, 16th of July. Then a little bit of a downtick, and with a little bit more unsettled weather at that point in time. Next 5-day maximum high temperature is running about 3 degrees above normal, and 3 days later we warm back up. Looks like around 6 degrees above normal, in some cases near 9 degrees just to the south and west of our region. Concentrating on dew point temperatures or humidity levels, and you can see a bit of a downtick here with very comfortable conditions basically in the low and mid 50s. And then roughly after Tuesday evening, we'll start to see a pretty good uptick in dew point temperature. This is 68, and that's 70 degrees, and that is some kind of humid right there. And that spikes, it looks like, for Thursday morning. Wednesday night, Thursday morning could be real sultry. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.